And for a man, it tends to be banter, you know, when they banter about. But if a female's there, they won't talk the same for fear of upsetting them. And it comes like, and if the female does get upset, it always has to be the reason of, are you on or something, you know.
Oh, hormones.
Yeah, they're going through change, you know, that kind of thing. So women's rage tends to come from the frustration of not being heard. Women tend to refrain from speaking out for fear of being seen as menopausal, hormonal weirdos. And the hardest emotion is when a man's trying to prove you wrong and their opinion is always the correct one. What was it called? Last word Larry. So no matter how many times you tell certain individuals this is this, they've always got to come back and say, no, it's this. So you constantly feel like you're arguing, but they're trying to prove that they're right all the time. I don't think men see women as being right.
Okay. And just throw it out to the room, dangerous, but genuinely interested. Have any of you, I'm sure we've all experienced all those types of examples, but have any of you ever experienced being able to reflect that anger back with success and actually break through when you've not felt you've been heard? Or is that, genuinely I'm interested because I'm on the steering group, if that is something that we feel that we would do with help on being able to be heard in those rooms. I'm regularly in rooms with just men. I'm usually a subject matter expert though,
Yeah.
so they have to listen because
I think you raised a good point about it being gaslighted.
Yeah.
You know.
So my experience would be different than people in the room, and I would listen.
Yeah, I think coming into utilities, obviously the blokes generally have the majority of the knowledge, especially when you're talking about technical things. And I think it's like bridging the gap between how they communicate that knowledge to you, because quite often I felt patronised or I feel like condescended, and then when that does work you up, and they still have the power in that situation, they kind of like turn around to you and really gaslight your own, like you feeling
and blaming you for the way that you're feeling.
and then you feel like, oh well, maybe am I acting up? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? When really they're actually just they're really just talking down to you, and they are just belittling you in that situation. And all you actually want to do is learn.
Yeah.
So I think it's trying to bridge that gap between that communication between how can they give us that knowledge without us feeling as though we're just belittled or that's a main issue.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really powerful conversation and subject.
But it affects every woman in this room.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it's
I'm
affecting
kind of like the opposite on that bit though,
Yeah.
because Dave and Tracy will tell you, I am the #1 emotional person in this room. So if anyone's coming at me to not maybe to criticise, or maybe to sometimes if I feel like I take it as a negative, then the water works. Oh, Tracy, that's my phone.